So the purpose of the video today is to spend a little bit of time to self-reflect on how things are going. I began making YouTube videos with consistency in mind a little over a month ago. And now that I'm, in the air, if you will, to use an airplane metaphor, hopefully that landed. I have actual data in the bank to assess and to analyze. I have just the lived experiences that I can reflect on and think through, and I can share some thoughts too about where I see the direction of this heading and give some more thoughts there as well. I still have the assumption, and I still kind of have the belief that, all of the successful YouTube channels that I see out there, they have a topic or a theme, and most of their videos self-organize around that topic or theme. And there are several areas that I have an immense amount of interest in speaking about, but I've even to this day, been pretty hesitant to speak on them. And I think it's because I could for sure go ahead and start talking about software development, for example, or climbing or movement and kinesiology. But what holds me back is, especially what has held me back thus far, is knowing that the ability, the skills to deliver a spoken presentation, to make a video more or less that doesn't suck, that is, I know, I like at the start, I was starting from square zero. So most of the videos that I've made thus far have been in the service of improving my ability and my comfortability, really, with just speaking openly, speaking concisely, which I don't know if I do a great job of yet, but at the least speaking clearly, including enunciation, and experimenting with different angles and approaches towards being comfortable and talking in a very, unfiltered stream of consciousness style, if you will. And a lot of those skills, when I was starting out, I didn't really have any data, or I didn't really know how good or bad I would be in those different areas. So I figured I might as well just start and see how things go. And just the faster I get data, the faster I can iterate, the faster I can improve. And if you've watched any of the previous videos, a lot of them are different attempts and different angles and different approaches towards speaking and creating a video in this way. I don't know. I think I'm reaching the point where I think I've covered, definitely not a ton of ground, but I think it's fair to say I've put in some work as far as just getting comfortable, at the very least, doing this. There are lots of unpublished videos that I have trying to speak, and then I have a major blunder, and more major than the other blunders that I actually have published, in which I either misspoke very clearly or had a huge lapse of eye contact or huge pause in speaking, any of those things. I think I am more or less content with where I have landed now, as far as being able to just be comfortable speaking with at least some sense of competency, some ability, some level of competency, as long as I choose a specific target to talk about. That's one of the things I realized quickly is without a clear line of sight around which direction I want to head, I can just spin and spin and spin in circles and look for more things to say when there probably isn't anything to say. And the discomfort of trying to find something to fill the space with is being actively recorded and then published by myself, like as punishment for doing that, in the attempt that the uncomfortability and the pain of that encourages me to not do that in the future. So today is again in service of reflecting on what the past month-ish or so has been like, and to sort of think more future scoped. There are topics that I'd like to discuss in the future. I'm not sure if or when I will decide to do that. It could easily be the thing where I just defer, and never actually force myself to just simply start. A video I actually talked about briefly a few uploads ago. Maybe it's worth pushing myself next into the next phase of discomfort, or maybe another way of looking at it is like consciously returning to a place of discomfort. By doing that, by making some of the videos that I've published in the past month have been really uncomfortable for me to make, and then to publish and watch to upload and consciously not click cancel upload. Ones in which I'm speaking in a really high pitch, ones where I'm making like all these obscure, weird facial expressions, and yeah, just everything in between. There's been a lot of uncomfortability there. But I think, again, it's undeniable to see the growth, at least for myself, in forcing myself to do that. And I think similarly, as I think about what the future holds right now and what is my next step, I think it's fair to, or I think it's at least reasonable to consider returning back to some form of like conscious uncomfortability, leaning into that, and seeing how things continue to play out by doing that. So with that said, I think the next video I will make will be on some specific concrete topic that isn't just, hey, I'm working on getting better at speaking in front of a camera. Yeah, I think we could do that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.